everyone and welcome back to another episode / adventure of Warhammer Quest Cursed City. Our third video, and it's going to be our second hunt because fear is sitting at an all-time low, which I did forget to mention while recording the last one, but I edited it. I spotted it in editing and put it on screen, so hopefully you saw that. So fear is sitting at 3 currently and influence at 5. Meaning that if we do a hunt mission, fear will go up a little bit, but influence will come down. It will balance them both out just in time for everybody finally hitting level 1, which will happen if this mission is successful, and we can do the first decapitation mission, which is to fight the Varskir, I think. So we have our band of adventurers here. They're going on a hunt, which is where you just have to find and kill 10 champions. Because none of them are inspired again, they've all gone back to their normal sides. Our dwarf could not hold all the items he ended the last mission with. He's still holding that weird red blade we found, but he's given his vial of concentrated potency to our wood elf because she didn't have an item. He has an upgrade to his weapon, +1, +0 to his melee weapon, so his belaying axe is 3-3 or 4-3 if he inspires again, which would mean he doesn't want crits. And I did notice since recording the last one as well, that specifies +1, +0, whereas the upgrade we bought for our wood elf specifically says that this hero's melee weapons are minimum damage 2, which I took to mean the minimum damage of the weapon, but if you read that correctly, what it actually means is her sword has gone from 1-1 to 2-2. So that's really good, and should hopefully make it easier for her to inspire. Our Witch Hunter, by which I mean Vampire Hunter, has a Vengeful Mirror item, and Captain Imelda has a potion of coagulated vitality that she got via the airship event that we ended with last time. So with a hunt mission, there is preordained maps. If we zoom out a little bit here, I'll get the book, and we can roll. If I get the same result as the very first one we did, I will be re-rolling it just so we can see a different layout. Let's see, which I think was Barrow Lane. That is a 6, which is... oh, pleasant. We're going to the Bloodways. So I will find the Bloodways map on this next page and we'll get it set up and then we'll draw enemies. So here we are with the map set up. It's actually one of the larger ones in the book, and as a result I've struggled to fit it in. We'll have to do some zoom-ins, I think, to show where the action is. But there's 3 combat groups at the 3 mysterious objectives. There's one there, one in the middle of that square there, and one at the very top of the map up there. We start over there on the right. I'll have to remove that square once they're off the starting tile just so that we can put down the new enemy groups. Speaking of which, the first 3 enemy groups, we are still level 0. Hostile group 1 will be 2 Deadwalker zombies. Hostile group 2 will be one of the Bloodborne siblings. And then hostile group 3, and we're going clockwise. And hostile group 3 is Watch Captain Halgrim. So we have 2 champions on the map to start with. I'll just have to put that to the side there. And I'll get those on the table in a second, but I guess we'll just quickly do initiative. I've already shuffled them, but hey, we can just shuffle them again. So hostile group 4 does not exist, so that's just getting taken out. We have, that is our dwarf going first. That is, oops, as I dropped the card, that is our wood elf, Carillion, going next. Hostile group 1, so that'll be the Deadwalker zombies once they're on the map. Hostile group 2, that is the Bloodborne. Hostile group 3, nope. Jumped the gun there a little bit, that is Saltspire, or Witch, Vampire Hunter rather. Imelda. And then finally, hostile group 3. So I'll get those enemies on the map and then we can start rolling for initiative, etc. Alright, the enemies are set up. We are working with limited dice rolling space. So let's start with our Destiny dice. We lose none of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Oh, of course, we also moved the turn timer towards night by 1. Our dice roll for the Wood Elf, Carillion, 2, 4, 5, 5. And then for our Vampire Slayer, we have a 5, 5, 3, 2. Apparently, everyone's getting 5s today. And then Imelda, not so much for her. 1, 2, 4, 6. That's okay. Now I need to come around the other side of the camera to roll the dwarf's dice, hopefully where you can see them. 2, 2, 2, 5. Still a theme of 5s going through though. So we know that we have 2 activations before the enemy goes. So our goal is to kill those zombies down here ideally. I know the light is awkwardly shining down here, but hopefully I'll change angle if we ever have to fight there. And our goal is just to get 10 champion points as quickly as possible. So our dwarf is activating. He will spend 2 2s to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to need to spend 1 more to move 3 again. He moves 3 regardless. 1, 2, 3. So he's up to the door so he can see them. And then for his 5, he will spend an attack on his harpoon gun, which requires a 4+. So, simple. On one of the zombies, D12. He missed. I think he can only do that once per turn as well, maybe? No, he can just reel in. He'll spend a 2 off... No, it needs to be at least a 4. He'll spend a 4 off the destiny board to do it again on the zombie. He got the crit, which is 3 damage, and that is exactly enough to kill one of them. So he goes on his card. Will he kill the other one? He'll try. He'll spend the 5 off the board to try and kill the other one with the harpoon gun. Normal wound only does 1 damage. Not enough. He'll call that good, but he will spend the 6 off the destiny board to do his... Oh no, he doesn't have room for treasure, but that's okay because he wants runestone. Yeah, he'll spend that 6 to do a hook, line and loot. So as long as he can see, as long as he's not adjacent to a hostile and he's within 5 of a mysterious objective, shoots at it, loots it, he takes it, and he sees, he can draw 2 and keep 1. Realmstone and a discovery. He can't hold that, so it's just going to get shuffled back in. He's going to take the Realmstone, and that gives him 2 inspiration points. He's already 1 away from inspiring, which is pretty good. I'll shuffle that back in between takes. So after him is Corellian. She will spend a 4 and a 2 to move 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's still not close enough. She'll spend the 2 off the destiny board. Come in here. Oh, did he get an inspiration point for wounds dealt? He dealt 4 wounds in total. He did, he got a 4, so the dwarf is actually just immediately spending his 3 inspiration points and will be inspiring. I'll flip his card in a second once we finish Corellian's turn. This zombie has 2 wounds left. She will shoot an arrow at it because ideally she wants to just get a normal hit here, which she did because that only does 1 wound. Then she'll spend her 5 to do her sword, which does base 2, and if she gets it, she gets an inspiration point. She did. That's base 2 damage. She killed the zombie, but more importantly, because she shot an arrow into someone and then finished them off with the sword, she gets 1 inspiration point for her path to glory. Did she get an inspiration point for killing wounds? No, because she only did 2 wounds. Alright, let me flip over Barden's card. Done, and that does mean that Barden's axe is now 4/3 because of his +1/+0, so he doesn't want to get crits if he wants to deal the most damage. Hostile Group 1 would have activated, that's the Deadwalker zombies. They are removed from the table, their card is discarded, a new one is drawn and put face down. We'll see what that is next turn. After them, it would be Hostile Group 2, which is the Varkos Bloodborne. Let's see what he's doing. I've got his card right here. That's a 3, which is... Oh, that's Watch Captain Halgrim. Still a charge though, I think. Scent of Blood. Each acting hostile makes a charge action. While making this charge action, each hostile can move adjacent to heroes with no wounds or grievous wound counters without ending his move. So it hunts down someone who's wounded, but no one's wounded, so it doesn't matter here. So charge means he's moving 10 towards the nearest target, which I guess is those 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He is just sprinting across the field at them. Has no range though, so can't do anything else. And then after him it is our vampire hunter, which is just as well because there's a vampire right outside the door. He'll spend his 5 to fire his judgment, which is his gun. Got a wound. His base damage is actually 2 on that. Does he get the free stake attack that has yet to happen in this series? Of course he doesn't. That's fine. He's done 2 of the... I always forget, did he have 6 or 9? Oh wait, no. Does he ignore those wounds? 2. No, it needs to be a 9+. So he took the 2 wounds. They have 6 wounds in total, so he's got 4 left. He'll spend his 2 to walk out of here to be adjacent, and then he shall do 2 Ardent Blades. So the first Ardent Blade... Nothing. The second Ardent Blade. That is a crit. His Ardent Blade crits for 3. Is it ignored? It is ignored. And it is a full ignore, isn't it? If it's 9+, yeah, he utterly ignored the damage. That's unfortunate. I wonder if you still get the free Stakewood attack, even though it was negated. If an attack roll for this hero was successful, I guess it would. Okay, I'll do the free stake on that hit, because it did hit. And he did hit, so it actually did 1 damage. Oh wait, I guess he can ignore the stake damage too. Which he did, so never mind. Okay, fine. Who does more damage base? Imelda. Okay, Imelda will just go then. She's last for us, and then the last enemy goes. She'll spend 1 to walk out. She shall spend a 4 to do a sword attack. She got a normal hit, which is 2. Does he ignore it? Oh, come on, he does. Again, another sword attack. A normal hit for 2 damage. Does he ignore it? He does not. So I'll just flip one of these over to 3. So he's at 4. She'll spend her 6. Doesn't matter if she does a death blow because there's just 1 target. Missed. She'll spend the Destiny die. The last Destiny die. Is there anything she can do? No, he's going to live, unfortunately. Everyone's gone. He's only got 2 wounds left. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, so the last hostile group is Watch Captain Halgrim, who's all the way at the top of the map, which is annoying. What's he doing? He's doing a 10, which is, according to his card, Unleashed Might. It makes an advance action and then he does more damage, but it doesn't matter because he's not going to get to us because he only moves 3. The closest path to get to us would be 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Right there. And that is the end of the turn. We killed the zombies, but they're not worth a point, unfortunately. And we failed to kill the vampire, which is worth a point. End of turn event. That's a 10. I think I remember that from last time because I rolled nothing but 10, but I'm still going to double check what it is real quick. If I can find the rulebook. Here it is. A 10 is Born Hero. The leader picks a hero that's out of action. No one's out of action. So they don't get to make a free recuperate action or heal an ailment. So unfortunately, that does nothing. Alright, it is a new turn. The turn timer towards night moves up 1. We get our Destiny dice. We lose the 4s and the 3s, and we have just a single 1, which is not great. Corellian's dice. 1, 3, 4, 5. Saltspire's dice. Oh wow. 4, 4, 5, 6. That's more like it. A vampire is going to die. Imelda's got a 2, 3, 4, 6, which is also not too shabby. And then again, we have to come over here for the dwarf. He's just out of arm's reach, unfortunately. 3, 3, 5, 5. What is with all the 5s? And I've got the initiative deck in my hand shuffled. So first draw is, that would be Corellian, who is nowhere near that vampire, unfortunately. Then we have Hostile Group 2, which is the vampire, so that's especially bad. Saltspire. Then we have the new Hostile Group 1, which will be revealed and spawned. Dwarf, Burden. Hostile Group 3, which is Watch Captain Halgrim. And then finally Imelda, which is unfortunate. She's right at the end. So Corellian is going to activate, then she will spend a 3 to run 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That does put her up to the door so she can see the whole square, so she can shoot from there. And she will. She'll spend a 1 for a Winter's Call, which is her bow and arrow. Looking for crits. She got a hit, that's 1 wound. Does he ignore it? That's a 6, so no he does not. Fair enough. And then she'll sling another arrow into him. Actually, maybe now's the time to use one of those oaken arrows, because it means that he can't ignore the damage. Oh no, it needs a 6. She doesn't have a 6. Oh well, she'll just spend a 4 to shoot again. Good enough. The crit would kill him, I think. Yeah, crit does 3. He rolled a 9, so he ignored the damage, which sucks. She'll spend her last die to fire again. Crit. Does he ignore it? He does not. The Varicose Bloodborne is down. And more importantly, that is first point achieved. So I can move the score along 1. And she's not going to do anything else. Well, there's a realm gate right there. She'll spend the 1 off the board to move. She'll go 1, 2, 3. just because there's a realm gate right here. And pardon me, that would make enemies spawn, so Barden might be in a spot of bother. After her is Hostile Group 2, which would be the Varkos Bloodborne. So that just gets removed, the card gets discarded, a new card in its place that will flip next turn. After him, it would be Saltspire. I think we kind of want Halgrim to come closer to us and just kind of let the siege happen. Although that said, that we wouldn't loot anything though. I think he's just going to skip his turn. I guess he'll reposition a little bit. He'll spend one of his dice and then Overwatch with the rest. So his 5 goes down to a 4, his 4 goes down to a 3, and his 6 goes down to a 5. And he'll just position himself here so if Halgrim comes to the door, he can shoot him. Hostile Group 1, we need to see who the new Hostile Group 1 is. Hostile Group 1 is now 2 Ulfenwatch, who I believe are buffed by the presence of Watch Captain Halgrim. I shall go close out. Alright, the zombies are on your field. They make a free, on the bottom of your field of view is what I meant to say. They make a free move, so they are going to attack Barden, and their damage is increased by +1/+1. Yep, while Halgrim is on the battlefield. So it's the Sergeant and the flag guy, but they're both the same. So first guy, he gets a normal hit, which would normally be 1 wound, but it's up to 2, unless Barden blocks with his d12, which he did because he got a crit that fell between them. And then the other guy missed, thankfully, because they poured out that realm portal and just went to attack, which is pretty nasty. So after him is Barden, or after them rather, and they're not worth a point, unfortunately. We need bats and stuff because they're easier to kill. Barden will spend a 3 to smack the Sergeant. He got a crit and murdered him. And then he'll spend another 3 to do exactly the same to the Standard Bearer. He got a normal hit, which with his buffed axe currently is 4 damage. So, because he's inspired. So that also kills him. Does he get an inspiration point for taking out 5 wounds? No, he does not. Oh, I forgot to roll for Krillin. How much did she do? She did like 3. She actually did get an inspiration point. She did at least 3. It was 3 or 4 she did. So either way that counts. And then he's got 2 5s left. He'll spend 1 to move 3. 1, 2, 3. In fact, he'll spend both. 1, 2, 3, because I want to be away from those realm portals. Because they're dangerous. You get jumped like in Blackstone Fortress. After Barden is Hostile Group 3, which is Watch Captain Halgrim. I want him to charge. 5. Disciplined Advance. He makes an advance action, then all Ulfenwatch would make an advance, but that's not relevant because there ain't any on the table. 1, 2, 3. He's getting close enough that we can probably go try and jump him. And it is a Melda to end the turn now. Okay. We spent the Destiny dice though, so to get to him he would need 1, 2, 3, 4. She'd only get 2 attacks on him. He's got 7 wounds. We need to start smacking him, he's worth a point. She'll spend... Well, how much does she need? That was 7, so she can spend a 2 and a 3 then, because that gives her 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 was enough actually, so, well, either way that's fine. And then she'll spend her 2 dice left over for 2 sword attacks. First attack, that is a crit. Does he have a negation? He does not. So that is 4. Can she just kill him? No, she cannot. There's nothing else she can do. She did 4 though. 4 of his 6 is pretty good. 4 of his 7, sorry. So he's taken 4 wounds right there, and then it is end of turn event. That's kind of cocked, but I guess we'll say it's a 7. Which is... Our time grows short. Move towards night 1 extra step. That's not good. So at the start of the new turn, the timer is moving up again, which is very bad given that we've not got a lot of points on the board. Destiny dice, we lose the 5s. Oop, that was a 5, I knocked it. We keep a 1, 3, 4. Carillion. 1, 1, 1, 3. Not so great. Saltspire, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little better. Melda. Ooh, okay, 5, 6, 3, 4. Again, we come around here, we do the Barden roll, and then we do the initiatives. Wait, he has 3 1s as well. I rolled 6 1s in these dice. Okay, and turn order is Hostile Group 2, which is a new thing. Hostile Group 3, which is Halgrim. That's very bad. There's a Melda. And then Barden, and then Carillion, and then Hostile Group 1, which is going to be replaced, and then finally Saltspire to end the turn. So Hostile Group 2 is new spawns. They're going to appear at the bottom, I think. Oh, actually no, they'll appear right behind Imelda. That's very bad. It's 2 more Deadwalker zombies, which also sucks, because they're not worth anything to us. So they immediately spawn at the door, and they don't even need to advance. They're already in base to base, so they'll just attack, and they attack with a D8 1-2 damage. I'll just roll both. 1 misses, 1 gets a normal hit. Imelda on her uninspired size is a D8. She blocked it. That was lucky. So after them it's Hostile Group 3, which is Watch Captain Halgrim, which is the bad one because we wanted him dead. He is doing a 3 charge. Doesn't need charges in base to base. He'll hit Imelda. He's double D8 attacks. His base attack is 3 damage. Does she block it? She needs a crit. Nope. Well, she loses 1 die to a normal hit, and then it becomes a Grievous, and then she loses another die. Then that's a normal wound. She does have a heal on her though, so she can use that. And that's Halgrim's turn, so then it goes to Imelda. So I think she's first of all going to use this potion of coagulated vitality. When this treasure is used, roll a d12 for each wound or grievous wound. On a successful roll, remove them. Okay, for the grievous, it gets removed. For the normal, they both get removed. She doesn't get the dice back, but she's back to full health. And then this gets discarded, and I'll shuffle it back into the loot after we handle this turn. Oops, did not mean to hit you there, Carillion. So she's going to spend the 5 to try and kill Halgrim. She missed. She'll spend the 4 off the Destiny board to do it again. She critted and killed him because that's 4 damage. So he's dead on his card. That also means that we get a second point because he's worth a point. Then she'll spend the last die on her card, which is a 6, to do a death blow on both the zombies. So it doesn't matter which one because they both get hit simultaneously. She killed one and didn't touch the other, which is fine, I guess. She'll spend the 1 off the Destiny board to try and finish off the zombie. And there's a 3 left, but technically you can only spend 2 dice on 1 person. No, she's gonna spend it, because if she kills it, she gets an inspiration point, because she killed 3 things in 1 turn. She killed it. Base damage 2. How much do zombies have again? It's 3, isn't it? I've misplaced the card. Oh, they have 3. That sucks. She didn't kill it, so she doesn't get an inspiration point. Well, she could still get it for total wounds dealt, I guess, which I think was 6. She did get 1 from that, but that's a shame. She get 1. And she lost her item for that. After her is Barden. He will spend 2 of his 1s to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, that's good enough actually. He's going to shoot his harpoon gun with his 4. And hopefully kill the zombie. He critted and killed the zombie. Goody. So there's currently no enemies left on the table now. They're all dead. And then he'll spend his last 1 to walk away again. Back into this room. Because apparently we're just letting the enemies horde into the room here. It's like one of the points in Vermintide 2 where you're just kind of like trying to live through the siege. So then Carillion would go. She's fine where she is. She's not going to do anything. She shall overwatch with her remaining dice. Hostile Group 1 gets replaced because the Ulfenkarn are dead. So a new card gets put on. Then Saltspire goes. He is just going to stay where he is. So we're going to go straight to end of turn event. An 8 again. Born Hero, recuperate roll. We don't need to do that, so it's straight into the next round. We move the timer along 1. It's basically halfway to night already, which does not bode well. And then we lose the 3s, but we keep a 1, 4, 6 on the Destiny board. And then activation dice for Carillion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. For Saltspire. 2, 4, 4, 6. And for Imelda. Quadruple 2s. What on earth? It's spooky how many like triples and quads and whatnot I'm rolling today. And then, oh, 2244 for Barden. See what I mean? And then I have the shuffled initiative decks, so it is going to be Saltspire first. And then Carillion. That's not good, we wanted the enemies to go first. The new Hostile Group 1 would spawn and move. Hostile Group 3, which will be replaced. Hostile Group 2, which will be replaced. Imelda, and then finally Barden. So Saltspire, I mean, he could go loot, but this strategy seems to be working, honestly, because... Oh, you know what? I've just realised I've been making a mistake. The new enemies don't spawn as close as possible, they spawn as far away as possible. So I've actually been doing that wrong so far, and I totally forgot. In Blackstone Fortress they appeared on you and hit you like I've been doing, but not in this one. So I've actually been making it harder on myself. But too late now. I'll do it right from this point, but I did totally forget that. Saltspire is going to Overwatch with 3 of his dice and move with 1 of them, because the furthest spawn point would be bottom left currently because of Imelda being there. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. He's just going to come down a little bit. Yeah, totally forgot that. That's annoying. And then Carillion's turn. She's just going to Overwatch as well because I want to try and like manipulate the spawns now. The new Hostile Group 1 is 3 Deadwalker zombies. A waste of my time, in other words. Where are we? 1 zombie, and where's the other 2 zombies? Oh, they're on the card because they were already dead. So they're going to spawn down the bottom left and then move 2 towards us. So they pop in and they end up, well, 2 of them on the same square and then 1 there. But they're just taking up space. Hostile Group 3 is Halgrim. He's dead, obviously, so that card goes and a new card comes down. Hostile Group 2 is also dead. A new card comes down. And then Imelda and Barden. Imelda is just going to spend 2 of her dice to move. And she's going to come down here into this room because we're going to have to go hunting. Which makes sense because this is a hunt mission. But for now, though, that is going to be the turn, which is not great. So, end of turn event. 6. That's a crisis. I need to go look out the crisis. Alright, I have the crisis book in hand for hunt missions because it's different per mission. A 10. Page 30, section 17. Page 30, section 17. Corpse Garden Crops. Gorslav the Gravekeeper, the tender of the Corpse Garden, buries citizens alive to ensure a steady harvest of dead walker zombies. The acting hero must try to unearth as many buried citizens as possible before any enemies return. Oh, I didn't pick a hero. We'll send Imelda. The acting hero rolls a d12. It's a result. If the roll is successful, the citizens are freed and are sent away terrified but unharmed. The acting hero gains 1 inspiration point. Okay, well, we did that. If we hadn't done it and failed, we would have actually had a Gorslav spawn, which would have been better. So we kind of got the result that's bad, I guess. But Imelda is up to 2 inspiration points, so she's 1 away from flipping her card. But that is turn. Well, hopefully this turn is a more proactive turn. Turn timer up 1. It's going to be harder now because, like I said, hope we lose the 3s and keep a 2, 4, 5. Like I said at the top, this is like the largest hunt map, and now that I've remembered, 1, 2, 2, 3, that enemies spawn as far away as possible rather than as close like Blackstone. That is bad because it will take the enemies longer to get to us, meaning that there's a very real chance that night will happen. And 1, 1, 2, 6, and means that we get a negative to our end of turn event. Initiative order, we have Hostile Group 1 going first, which is the Deadwalker zombies. Then we have Saltspire, then we have Carillion, and then we need to get rid of those zombies off the field. We have the new Hostile Group 3, we have Imelda, then we have Hostile Group 2, and finally Barden. So the zombies are going first. They're very far away. It's probably just going to be an advance. A 3 is indeed... Oh no, actually, it's a grave call. The leader must place 1 available gravestone model in an empty space adjacent to a hero on the battlefield. If there's no available gravestones, well, there is. Then place an available Deadwalker zombie on the battlefield in the same space. Those Deadwalker zombies are now part of this hostile group. Then the hostile group makes an advanced action. Okay, so I have a gravestone here somewhere. A gravestone appears next to a hero, and then so does a zombie. I don't have any other zombies painted yet, so that's unfortunate. We'll just say one of that hostile group teleports, I guess, just so it happens. So that's going to get a free attack against Carillion. And the others move 2. 1, 2. And they attack with a single d8. And it missed. At least one of the zombies has moved there now. I guess the gravestone, I don't know if that stays as a searchable or not. Either way, Saltspire is activating. He's going to fire his stake judgment into the zombie. He did 2 damage, not enough to kill it. So we'll have to move up to it and sword him to death by spending 2 more dice, unfortunately. D12 on his sword though. And he missed, so he'll spend his last dice. And he killed it. So that's one of the 3. Again, I don't know if that stays as a searchable or not. I guess we can call it that regardless, but I don't know. So then Carillion is going to activate, and I guess she'll move and start taking pot shots. So she'll spend a 1 and a 2 to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, they're in the next room. I guess she'll just stay there and wait then, because they're not going to move this turn. After her is the new hostile group 3, which is 3 corpse rats. That's more like it. So we have 3 rats. The big rat is worth a point. And the furthest spawn point from them currently would still be the same door, I believe. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So now there is a horde of enemies that are overly bright and shiny in the bottom left, heading towards our wood elf. Imelda's next. She's going to search that grave, I guess. She's got a 6. I don't know if that's allowed because it doesn't specify whether it counts as a mysterious objective or not. But that's what we're doing. Glow Sand Hourglass. Oh, that's the one that moves the timer back. Immediately using it. Immediately using it. That'll counter that bad event we had earlier. And then she'll move for 2 to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because we need to go kill those rats. Well, specifically the big rat that makes all the rolls, but all of them have to die. After her is hostile group 2, which is new. A Kusagi Night Guard, who is also worth a point. Is he worth 2 points? No, it's only Radagar and Navaskir that are worth 2. Now, where's the furthest door this time? There's actually meant to be a door right on the top left of the table, but they couldn't fit it in. So I guess that would be the furthest point, right up there. And I don't remember offhand how many they move. I think it's 3. I'll correct it if it isn't. So just walk slowly towards everyone else. And then after him, it would just be Barden to end the turn. Now they've got 9 or 10 wounds. He can't handle that himself, but he could handle it with help. I think he's going to start moving towards it. He's going to spend... he's going to move 9. He's going to spend 3 dice to move 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stretch! Stretch! Just barely made it. He's up there. And that is end of turn. So end of turn event. A 7. Our time grows short. Are you kidding me? It happened again. It countered my card play for 2 videos in a row. Ugh. Alright, we move the turn timer along again. Destiny dice. We lose 3 6s. That hurts real bad, but we keep a 1 and a 5. Carillion is rolling 3 dice because she is wounded. 3, 3, 4. Saltspire. 1, 1, 4, 6. Imelda's also only rolling 3. 2, 5, 5, so no death blows, which is unfortunate. Barden gets all 4. 5, 5, 2, 4. And then we have initiative cards right here. Barden is going first. Then hostile group 2, which is the Night Guard, so as long as he kills him, it's fine. Imelda, hostile group 3, which is just the one surviving rat. Carillion, Saltspire, and then finally the zombies last. So with that then, Barden will immediately smack the giant upside the head. Crits him twice. Does he reduce the damage? He does not, so that is 3 damage. So he is dead, thankfully. So we get a point. Finally. He's removed. The wounds are removed. And he'll get switched out for something later this turn. Oh, and then Burden will spend to move 9, I guess. He's already inspired, so he doesn't really need to do anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He'll stop next to that but not actually do anything with it. I'm trying to keep... Like, if I keep them separated enough, the furthest point will stay in the bottom left. Which I just realised you can't actually see. Like, I'm not talking about this portal, there's one to the left of it. You turn the camera slightly and you might be able to see it. There we are. Either way, Burden is gone. Hostile Group 2 is erased, so his card is gone. Let me draw a new one to be revealed at a later date. Then it is Imelda, and she's going to immediately start slashing at the rat. Nope, she'll try again. She killed it, finally, so that's them dead. And then she'll spend her last die on one of the zombies. Nope, she'll spend the Destiny die to slice at it. Hit it. Is that enough? Her base damage is 2. That's not enough. It's still alive. She'll spend the other Destiny die, so they're all gone. Oh, really? What is this embarrassing display? 1 wound to that zombie. Wow. Also, Group 3 is dead. All the rats get removed. Her card gets replaced. Then Carillion goes, and she'll immediately start slashing, I guess. Well, she gets a crit with her arrow. She'll fire an arrow first on the zombie that's not wounded. Okay, so she hit it for 1, then she'll use her sword, which is base 2 damage. She'll use her sword again, base 2 damage. Ooh, the rolls are not in my favour today. Well, she achieved nothing, and then Salt Spire. I don't know. 6, 8. He'll move 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Again, I'm trying to space them out on purpose here. And Hostile Group 1 is the zombies. They're both going to attack Imelda. So both attacks are d8, so I'll just roll them both. One's a crit, one's a hit. So her defense against the hit. She defended it against the crit. She blocked it down. I need to check how much damage they do now. A zombie crits for 2 damage. So she still took 1, so her normal wound that she had has become a grievous. But that's not so bad. And then it's end of turn event. 11. Inspiring effort. I'll give Imelda the inspiration point, and then she'll immediately spend them to flip her card. Time grows short. It's night in 3 turns. We definitely will not escape before that happens. Unless I choose to lose, of course. 3 dice for Carillion, 2, 3, 5. 4 dice for Salt Spire, 1, 3, 4, 6. 3 dice for Imelda. Oh, there's all your 6s. 4, 6, 6. And then 4 dice for Bard, and apparently the only person on the field that can kill anyone, including my dice rolls, which kill zombies. 1, 1, 4, 4. Initiative order. That is Imelda first. Hostile Group 2, which is a new group. Carillion. Saltspire. Hostile Group 1, which is the zombies. Hostile Group 3, which is also new. And then Barden last. So Imelda will immediately spend one of her 6s to do a death blow on the zombies. First zombie, hit it and killed it, because it's the one that's wounded. Second one, hit and killed it with a crit. Removing their threat. She doesn't need inspiration points now, really. But she went from rolling a single d12 to d8s when she inspired, which we saw last time, and her defense goes to a d12. She did actually get an inspiration point, which I guess she can use for a reroll. So why not? And then she'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. That's her turn. Hostile Group 2 is Goroslav the Gravekeeper, also worth a point. I believe the furthest point from anyone would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is equal. We'll just put him here then. because it's equidistant. And he moves... So many cards to look out. He moves 3. 1, 2, 3. So he's up to that door there. Can't do anything else. Carillion is going to have to try and get close to kill him. She'll spend 2 of her dice to move 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. She has 1 die left to loose an arrow into his chest. She hit him for 3. Does he have an ignore? Korslav, do you have an ignore? You do not. 3 of your 9 wounds is gone. She will spend a 4 off the destiny board to do it again. Normal wound, 1 damage. Could be worse. She'll spend a 3 off the board to do it 1 more time. Crit for 3 more damage. Not quite enough to finish him, but good enough. Because Saltspire can hopefully now just move over for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then fire his gun into his stomach. Nothing. And then he'll have to use his sword, which is a d12. He'll spend a 6 off the board to do it again. That is a crit, which is 3 damage. And then that would have hit. Of course the stake hit on the time where it doesn't matter. Of course it does. That is Gorslav finished, and that is 1 more point. We are halfway to winning. Oh goody. So after him it's Hostile Group 1, which is replacing the zombies with something else. Done and done. Then after him is the new spawn, Hostile Group 3, which is 3 bat swarms. Finally we're finding bat swarms. We found them so quickly last time. So the big bat is worth a point. Now the furthest point would definitely be... Oh, with Barden there. Yeah, it's down in the corner down here. And they move 3, I believe. So many AI cards. They move 5. Never mind, I'm glad I checked. 5 would actually put them in base to base with Barden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 of them, because the other one won't be able to fit on the square. So they attack with d6s. I'll just roll them both. 1 got a crit, which he did not block, so Barden has lost 1 of his dice and taken a grievous wound. Which is a shame, our team is starting to get hurt. Speaking of which, it is his turn, or his goal to end the turn. He'll just keep on doing axe swings until they're dead. He's got 3 attempts, double d12s. First one died, second one... 1 wound is 4 damage because of his +1, so he's definitely killed it. The big bat was 1 of them, so we did get another point. You can't see the other one though because he's not at the door. He's only got 1 die left. Nothing's going to get to him, so nothing to be done with that, I guess. Oh wait, no, he'll loot the mysterious objective he's next to in case it's Romstone. Vita Elixir. I'm presuming he's not just allowed to use it. Oh, it's only for getting rid of diseases. Now we'll just shuffle that back in. And say, good enough, end of turn event. A 7. Oh no. Our time grows short. The turn timer moves up 1 more. So, when the next turn rolls around, it is night time. Thanks to that, unless we roll that event again. We keep all the Destiny dice. That's pretty cool. 3 dice for Carillion, 2, 3, 4, 4 dice for our Vampire Hunter, 2, 2, 3, 6, 3 dice for Imelda, 3, 4, 4, and then 3 for our Dwarf now because he's also hurt, 1, 2, 4. We're going to have a real conversation about whether or not we can actually win this once it becomes night. The new Hostile Group 3, oh wait no, the bats are still alive, they'll activate. Saltspire, the new Hostile Group 2 will get placed on the map. Hostile Group 1 will actually spawn and move. Barden, and then obviously Carillion and Imelda in that order. So that's Group 3, the bats. That's a 2. It's an advance. So he's just going to move forwards 1 and then bite Barden with a d6. Nothing. And then Saltspire goes... I guess he'll move slightly and then overwatch. 1, 2. He'll just move back a little bit. Hostile Group 2 gets replaced because Gorslav is dead. I ran out of cards, so I shuffled in the other ones. I was running out of cards rather. Let's see, Hostile Group 1 spawns. 3 more corpse rats. Now where is the furthest spawn this time? Because Barden's kind of equidistant between the top and the bottom. I guess it would be bottom left. And they would move towards him. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually, 1, 2, 3. Like that. There we go. We couldn't get to him anyway. So speaking of which, it is Barden's go. He'll spend his 1 to hopefully murderize this bat. A normal wound is actually 4 on his inspired side thanks to his upgrade, so yes, he has killed the bat. Then he'll spend the 2 off the board to move 3. And he will chop up the big rat who makes all the rolls. By spending his, it doesn't matter, he'll spend his 4. Killed it. I wonder in that situation you can choose to take the normal hit. Probably not. So that's 1 more point. So we just need 3 more. Because the big rat is dead. He's still got another enemy on him though, so he'll spend his 2, so that's always dice gone to kill one of the normal rats. He did. And he can't reach the other one. Oh, actually, you'll use the Destiny dice to fire his harpoon at it. A normal hit with his harpoon is 2, and the normal wounds on something that isn't the big rat is 3. He'll draw it in though. So he'll pull it in, he'll spend a 3 off the board to then axe it a question. Crit, killed it. So they're all gone. He did like 6 wounds. No, he didn't get an inspiration point. And he'll spend a 5 off the... No, he's not really in any danger. He doesn't need to do the recuperate, I don't think. He's got good defense. Carillion, on the other hand, not so much. She will spend a 2 to do a recuperate roll. Her vitality roll is a d6. She'll try again. She'll try a 3rd time. She got it. She got rid of her normal wound. She's back to full health. And then Imelda to end the turn. She'll move and then do 2 vit rolls. And her vit roll on her inspired side is a d8, so I'll just roll both. Crit, she can get rid of her wound. And that takes us to the end of the round already. Oh no, is that... Oh no, it's a crisis. Okay, that's not so bad. A crisis can be a good thing. An 8. Page 29, section 8. Let sleeping rats lie. Oh, didn't we do this one? It's like if you break the rat open, it's filled with maggots. That might be me who did that, or it might have been in a video I watched. I don't remember. If they choose to ignore it, or if they choose to scare it off. I'm going to send Imelda, and she's going to attempt to scare it off. Entry 56. The acting hero must try to escape. Oh, because the rat awakes and unleashes a terrifying screech, summoning hundreds of vermin. Oof. Well, there we go. If it's successful, they escape unharmed and the crisis ends, otherwise they suffer 3 damage. Well, that was a waste of time. Dangerous things are lurking out there. It is now night time. We still need to kill 3 more things of value, that is. We lose 3 6s, I think, for the 2nd time this video. Keep a 2 and a 4. Carillion's back to rolling 4 dice. She gets a 3, 5, 6, 6. Saltspire is rolling 6. 6. I wish he rolled 6s. 1, 1, 4, 5. He was rolling 4 dice, is what I meant to say. So is Imelda. 3, 3, 1, 6. Well, at least she has a death blow. And then just 3 dice for the dwarf because he's still hurt. 6, 6, 3. Oh, I did knock that, but it was a 6. 3, 6, 6. And our order of operations is Barden, Carillion, Hostile Group 3, which is getting replaced, Hostile Group 2, which is spawning, Imelda, Hostile Group 1, and then finally Saltspire. Starting to lose my voice. The dwarf will immediately try and heal himself. He'll try with one of the Destiny dice and do it again, and he did. So, Oh no, that just brings it down. It doesn't get rid of it because it wasn't a normal. He'll spend the other destiny die, and then get rid of it. He's got 2 6s left. He will use them to move 6, so he's closer to his team for what is coming for them. Move there. Tidy this up a little bit. And then after him it's Carillion. She will just overwatch with everything she has. And then Hostile Group 3 is a new spawn. So we'll get rid of that card. Put down the other one. Hostile Group 2 is spawn. 3 Bat Swarms. Did I just put the same card back down? I hope not. Maybe there's 2 Bat Swarm cards in the deck. I'm actually not sure. And they move 5, and they're still going to chase Barden from the same space, I believe. Yeah, because either way, if they spawned up there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Either way, they're still going to go after him, relatively speaking. After them, it's Imelda. Oh, actually, I should double check they don't move further on their night side. They do not. Let's see, Imelda can move 8. Is that enough to get to the bats? Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is not. She could spend 1 more for an 8. Oh, but she wants a death blow though. She could move 3. That isn't enough. Arg. Okay, she'll just have to wait there then. After her is Hostile Group 1, which is a new replacement. Because the rats are dead. Place the card down, and then it is Salt Spire to end the turn. He will move 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll do actually, and then that's good enough, unfortunately, for this turn. End of turn event. 11. Inspiring Effort. I'll give it to Carillion, and she will inspire. So we know it's night, so we just roll. We lose 2 1s, 2 3s, we keep a 4. Also, Carillion on her inspired side is double d12s for both attacks, and her base damage on the sword goes up by 1, and also she gets a new trait called Hunter's Eye. If she spends a 6 to do an attack with her bow, it increases the damage by +1/+1. 1 1 4 4 for Salt Spire, who's the only person not inspired. 2 6s for Imelda, so that's 2 potential death blows, which would be perfect if she goes early. 3 3 2 5 for Barden, and then initiative rolls. Hostile Group 2, which is the bats, that's bad. Hostile Group 3, which is a new spawn. Carillion, who's at the back. Barden, Salt Spire, Hostile Group 1, and then finally Imelda. She's allowed to do a free gambit, so she'll do a gambit with Carillion and swap places. Oh wait, do you need line of sight for that? With 1 hero who agrees to switch positions. The hero does not need to be visible. Hey, I'm glad that it specifies. Can't stop Hostile Group 2 from going first, so here they go. 10. That is a Frenzied Assault. Charge action with re-rolling failed attacks. Well, they're definitely making it to the door, that's for sure. So there, and there, and all of them are attacking. First one does a crit on Imelda. She's a d12 for defense now. Well, what's the damage on their nighttime side? 2 damage, so she still takes a wound, unfortunately. Did it say it has rerolls? Yeah, okay, just checking. Second attack on her with rerolls, nothing. And then the third attack on her with rerolls, doesn't need it, crit. She blocked it down to normal, but the wound she has becomes a grievous. Not so bad. Hostile Group 3 spawns in. It's a Bloodborne. It will spawn down here on his nighttime side. I imagine he's very fast, and he prioritizes people who are wounded, which is something I keep forgetting. Where is his card? Here's his card. Yeah, Blood Scent, they go after whoever's wounded, so he's going to run towards Imelda regardless. And he moves 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because he just wants to get to the blood as much as possible. And his damage is 3-4 at night. Oh no. Okay, Imelda, she is going to do a death blow followed by a death blow to hit the two bats on the same square. Double d8s, starting with the big bat. Critted and killed. The other one. Critted and killed. Then the other bat that's by itself. Wounded. Oh, 3 damage on her base on her flip side. She actually just murdered all of them. Gave us a point. Wiped out the bats. Simple, we killed the Batman. She doesn't really need inspiration points at this stage, but she would stand to get one. Actually, she didn't. Never mind, ignore me. She only has a 5 left. I guess she'll move closer to the Bloodborne just in case she's needed next turn. She'll move like here-ish. After her is Barden. He needs to go and do the big murder. Spends to move 3. 1, 2, 3. Then he'll hook shot them in with the 1 destiny dice we were allowed. Ooh. Critted for 3, pulled him in, but does he ignore the damage? He does. But now you can do 3 axe attacks. And he wants normal hits because they do 4 because of his upgrade. Of course he gets a crit. Does he ignore it? No. No, he does not. So that's 3 damage. Second attack. Nothing. Third attack. That hit. So in total he did 6 damage, which is enough to kill him. The dwarf is a monster on his flipped side. We're 1 point away from winning. We need to get out of here ASAP. Saltspire, he can't do anything because there's no enemies. It just goes straight to turn 1, which group 1 rather. Watch Captain Halgrim, we've come full circle. We've come back to where we started. Where would be the furthest point? Top left, I think. It might be equidistant to bottom left. Just finding his card. On his flipped side, ooh, he does 3-4 damage as well, and he moves 3. Oops, I kick the camera. 1, 2, 3. Carillion to end the turn. She can probably not get to him. Let's see, she can move. Well, she can move 10 for spending 2 of her 4 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, she'll move and then fire 1 more time. Because she's adjacent, so she can at least fire 1 arrow into him. Double D12. She critted and did 3 damage to him. He has 7 wounds. As long as Halgrim dies next turn, we're golden to get out of here. And that was it for this turn, so end of turn event. A 1. Destiny denied. No destiny dice. Well, straight to activation dice because we don't get any destiny ones. 1, 2, 2, 6 for Carillion. Oops, missed a die there. 1, 3, 3, 3 for Saltspire. Only 3 dice for Imelda. But what a dice. 4, 5, 6. Or what dice, I should say. What dice, you egg, stabs him. 1, 2, 3, 6 for Barden. It all comes down to turn order. As Imelda going first, she could make it. And Hostile Group 3 is a replacement. Hostile Group 2 is not what we want to see. That is Carillion. She's going before him, so that's good. She's going right before him, in fact. Then Barden last, and he's our damage dealer, unfortunately. Well, Imelda's hurt, so she can move 4 for 1 of her 3 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spend another one. 1, 2, 3. And then she shall smack him exactly once. As hard as she can. Which, as it turns out, is 3 damage, which is pretty good. So he's at 6 of his 7 wounds. We're this close. We're this close to winning. Who's next? Hostile Group 3 is just a replacement. Hostile Group 2 is a replacement. Carillion, fire an arrow, murder this man. 1 damage? 1 damage is enough. He's dead. And with that, with Halgrim falling again, we have actually managed to reach the criteria to win, despite it being nightfall. And we have to do some leveling up, but I'm trying to look at the table for when you escape. We have a +1 for being successful, but we don't get the +1 for doing it quickly because obviously it's night time. So it's a +1 to whatever this is. 2, that's not good. So it's a 2, but it becomes a 3. The Wolf King has caught the hero's scent and is on the hunt for them. During setup for the next journey the heroes undertake, in the Deploy Hostiles step, replace all models listed on the encounter card for Hostile Group 2 with one Radugar the Wolf, unless he's already there. If you're pausing the quest in the meantime, place this hostile reference in the bag. So any Hostile Group 2 next time becomes Radugar. I don't know if I want to do a decapitation with the big bad there as well. I'm looking at his card, hang on. 10 wounds! Oh, he is dangerous. He is real dangerous. We might have to put off the decapitation, but if we do that we can't get any experience unless I use a new team. Oh, that's tough. Well, either way we have to go back to the ship. We don't have enough to spend, so sadly the Realm Stone that the dwarf found just gets discarded because you can't buy anything for 1. But they all reach level 1, and that means they all get a skill, so let's go look at that. So the way leveling up in this game works is based on each character's class. So our Wood Elf, our Vampire Hunter, they're both Executioners, so I have 2 Executioner cards here. Our Captain Imelda is a Blade, so we have a Blade upgrade card, and then our Dwarf is a Stalwart. So you slip these in at the top end. Hang on, if I just pick up a card for an example, because I'm going to be flipping it back to its normal side anyway. Corellian's card up here, you have traits, so she is now a level 1, so you would have that visible. Instead of like level 0, she has become level 1. So she and Saltspire, our Vampire Hunter, have gained quick reflexes. Do not reduce the score of remaining activation dice on this hero's turn when the activation ends. So if they go into Overwatch, you don't reduce the dice by 1, which is pretty good, honestly. So our Wood Elf and Vampire Hunter, they both have those. Captain Imelda has gained Quick Thinker, reroll failed gambit rolls. She can do 1 for free, I thought. Or maybe it's only free on her... Yeah, it's once per turn. She gets a free 1 on her flip side. But this lets her reroll if she's doing it again, I guess. And then our Dwarf is getting Indomitable. Before this hero would make an activation roll, they can remove 1 wound counter from their character card or turn a Grievous 1 into a normal 1. He becomes even tankier. That sounds fantastic. The others, the quick reflexes sounds okay. The quick thinker, not so much. Indomitable though, fantastic. So yeah, and I'm going to have to try and remember that Radugar is going to turn up every so often. I actually just finished painting him, so he is ready. Every time there's a hostile group 2, it's going to be him, huh? We're not going to do another hunt. Oh yeah, speaking of which, we have other consequences to talk about, which we need to cover real quick. Fear grows by 1, so fear will go up to 4. Influence goes down by 2, but remember in the mission it went up by 1, so it's going down to 4. But that does also mean that we will not be able to level now until we do the Fell Guardian decapitation, which is after the Vaskir, I believe. Oh, who knows? I don't know. I'll need to think about it, and knowing that Radugar is going to be hunting us the whole way. I guess we'll see. But for that, we'll have to wait another week. Hope you enjoyed this video. Apologies for the mistake at the start, forgetting how the enemies spawn, etc. Mistakes are bound to happen, but hopefully it was still fun. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Ta-ta for now.